You're single. Who are you hanging around? Who is speaking into your life? Because I'm telling you right now, who you have in there doing this all the time, you're constantly worried about offending this person or offending this person, you're not growing. You're always people pleasing. You're going to be a number two. You got to get to a point in your life where you're like, I know who I am. I know what I'm called to do. My people are going to come to me. They're going to be my people. If they're not, love them from afar. Bless and release them. Let them go. Let them go. You have got to get to that place when you get fed up with yourself and you get fed up with the excuses of yourself, you will start to grow. But it first comes with what I said. You've got to figure out what your limiting beliefs are and what's holding you back. Now, there's some more to the exercise, which I won't get into because it's kind of depressing, but it just kind of puts in perspective what matters most in life and stuff like that. But that is one thing I want you to do this week. Figure out what your limited beliefs are, what is holding you back. And that doesn't mean go and run and be like, Mama, you've ruined my life. No, they haven't. You have to show them grace because they are not where you're at right now. When you start leveling up, you're going to be very frustrated with people. You're going to have low tolerance for people because you're pushing and going and they're still doing this because that's all they know. They don't know that. But I guarantee you start changing and people see that in you, they're going to start wanting to change too. What's different about her? What's different about him? He's not negative. She's not negative. She's doing big things. I did something to totally offend her and she let it go. Whew. That was a big shocker for me. I'm like, I am growing up. I didn't respond to that email. I didn't respond to that text message. I wanted to, but I didn't. So it's very, very important that you figure that out about yourself. You have to self-evaluate. You have to look in the mirror. The next thing that I want you to think about too is if money wasn't an option, okay? Money wasn't an option, kids, spouse, family, whatever, what would you be doing? What would you be doing? Because that's what the desire of your heart is. And that's what you can do if you put your mind to it. That's what you can do if you start to visualize it. Can I share a story about your sandwich thing real quick? Okay. Nobody in here is from Manchester. They're not going to do it. They do, I'll come get you, okay? All right. I was going through NLP training, and Travis let me know about a vision and dream that he wanted to do. And he sat in his garage that night after we got through talking, and he visualized what he wanted to do. He wrote it down. He wrote down the names of these things he wanted to do. He wrote down the title of things that he wanted to do. The next day, he calls me. After we had that conversation, he sat in his garage. He took his mind there. He allowed his subconscious mind to take over his conscious mind. He didn't realize that. That's what was happening. And he sat in his garage, and he visualized his future. Well, the next day, and he can attest to this, he gets a phone call, and he has somebody, or his friend calls, he has somebody that's going to give him everything he needs to get completely started. Everything. I mean, call it coincidence, call it not, but he allowed his mind to think big things and big goals and big dreams. And he'll sit there with you and tell you the same thing. He's from a small town as well. Cicely's from a small town, we're from the same area. We've all had those people try to discourage us. And when you start getting around people that believe in you, like I'm not going to let him make excuses. And I hope you wouldn't let me make excuses because that's what's going to pull us to the next direction. You need those type of people in your life. I have friends like that. Jake this morning sends me a text message and pumped me up. I tried to screen record it. Evidently, I posted it to my story. So obviously social media training as well. But that was such a blessing to me. You need those people that are going to lift you up. You know, Joanna's like, hey, girl, you want a coffee? I'm not going to be, whatever. She's thought about me, like that means a lot to me, But I'm finding my people because I'm choosing to level up my life. I can still love these people, and I still do. I have friends that I love and will love them till cows come home, country, I know. But I am going to make sure that I don't let them drag me down. It's so easy. Okay, I'm going to close with this. I'm a visual learner, so I want you to go with me real quick on this little journey. There's this guy. His name's Steve because that's what came to my mind. No reason. Steve's in a room with 5 people. Okay, Steve's in a room with 5 people, and he's sitting in that room. And about that time, you've got the windows open. I want you to visualize this in your head. You've got the windows open. You've got the door open. You can freely go in and out as you want to. But about that time, all the windows shut, all the doors shut. Steve can't get out, and everybody in there is kind of starting to panic a little bit. They're like, what's going on? Once they realize that they can't pry the windows open and they can't pry the doors open, there's this one lady, and she's really, really starting to freak out. You can tell she's claustrophobic. She's probably me, because I'm like that. And Steve's over there looking at the woman freaking out, and he's starting to worry, but Steve's in there thinking, I've been in this room before. I know how to get out of this room. And he's watching people frantically freak out even more at this point. He's really starting to worry about this lady because she's hyperventilating. And Steve's still saying, I've been in this room before. I know how to get out, but I'm scared. What if I don't remember and I embarrass myself and I tell these people I can and they put hope in me and I let them down? What if I get up there and it just doesn't work out? So Steve eventually gets the courage because he's really freaking out about this lady over here. And goes over to the door and messes with it. About that time, the windows pop open, the doors pop open. They all get out and they're all thanking him. And that lady's like, thank you so much. I was so scared. And you got me out of there. You may know where I'm going with this, but we're all Steve. We all have something that we are locked in our room. And there's people in there that we need to help them get out. And us going through our limiting beliefs and putting it to the side and just saying, you know what, I may screw up, but this person needs me. I'm going to do what I know what I need to do and I'm called to do, and I'm going to get them out of that place. You all have something you're called to do. Every one of you. Some of you may be doing it right now. Some of you may just be tapping into it. Some of you know it in your head. You just have never vocalized it because it's so big and so scary. You're afraid somebody's going to judge you. I ask you and I beg you to please step into your calling. If you take away anything that I say today, there's going to be people that are going to be bringing you down left and right. There are going to be, you're going to get ahead a little bit, and you're going to get traction, and then they're just, boom, you're going to keep you again. And then if you're tough, you're going to keep going. The ones that are not are going to be like, well, I tried, it didn't work. I tried. Guys, I'm telling you, I sit up here and I motivate and I talk to women all the time. Yesterday was a day for me that I was stressed out. And I had to give myself a pep talk. I had to vent to someone I could trust, and then I had to give myself my own talk. It's not always going to be peaches and roses, but you got to start somewhere. You're a Steve. Help somebody that's in your room that you're called to help. And thank you so much for coming in your time. Thank you.